welcome back to the Market Intel Report. My name is Troy. I'm going to be your host tonight. I'm here with Peter Hawley from Fabled Copper. Hey Peter, how are you?
Very good, Troy. And yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Thanks for asking. I know it's a little bit late, but Happy New Year's. So I just wanted to kind of dive right in and get to know a little bit about you. Tell me a bit about yourself, how you started with Fabled Copper, and how you got involved.
Whoa, that's a that's a long one, and that's probably started 35 years ago.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, originally I started in Val-d'Or, Quebec, working for Placer Dome, and that led into working to Ore Resources and the big VMS discovery, and then working Newfoundland, Hammerdown deposit, and then down in Mexico working, and then back to Canada and down to Mexico and da da da. But the 35 years and 35 seconds is the I was asked at one period of time to evaluate these projects, the Musqueam projects, copper projects, and I was retired at that time, and that wasn't that long ago, I'll tell you, and and I liked what I saw for various reasons. Now, through my evaluation, nowhere's is it isn't in depth as today
Yeah.
after taking control of the company and doing all the exploration that we've done. So I guess just by that thing of creating a public company just to explore these things because I like them enough that I guess that kind of gives you an idea how much I like them.
Yeah. And you were involved with silver prior to this, is that right?
Well, no, yes, and I still am because silver was the birth of copper.
Right.
And it's funny the two green metals, and here
Right.
we go. And my job as a CEO or looking after a company is not only to finance a company, but is also to look for value for shareholders. And we were working in Mexico on a very high grade silver project, and the company still is. And we had a copper assets that we were getting no value for at all. So, for every when the day came and the shareholders vote, that for every 5 shares that a Fabled Silver shareholder held, they got one free share of Fabled Copper,
Hmm.
and that's you know looking out for the shareholders. So here we are today. We have Fabled Copper. It's a public trade company. We did a raise at $6 million. It was oversubscribed at $6.9 million. We've put out our first two news releases. People can read whatever they want into them or whatever, but anywhere from it's anyone's happy to produce or say more than 1%. In our case, I forget the statistics. I quote them, but it's greater than 5%, greater than 10%, greater than 15%, greater than 20%.
Yeah.
Very high grade, and that's what is exceptional about this property.
Amazing, amazing. I guess that kind of leads me into my next question of what makes copper so valuable? Why is copper so important and valuable in today's world?
Well, there's a long story about copper, and people don't really think back to it. And I'm a little older than you are, but when I grew up, all the pipes in the houses were copper.
Right.
And then later on, they came out with the PVC type pipes. But in all the third world countries, and in China and Asia and everything else, it all stayed copper. So it's huge consumption. So now you leap ahead X number of years, and everybody's trying to think green, and EVs, electrical vehicles, are coming online. And as has been quoted, and I won't be the first one to quote it, but the ICE cars, the internal combustion engine cars,
Hmm.
they the amount of copper in them is 1/3 less than in an EV car.
Hmm.
So if you wanted to put that in your head to try to kind of think about that, uh, my wife and I go for a walk every morning. And we go up and there's one neighbor, and he's got 2 Teslas in his yard. Okay, so you look at Tesla number one on the right hand side. That has 2/3 more copper in it
Than a
than the
regular car.
three cars down the road, right? And the other one, the other side, is 3 cars up the road. So there's six. So you think about this. So you start thinking, okay, everyone's going to go green. They're wow. But the problem, where it all comes to a jam, is that no one's ready for this, and there's old mines and they're tired, and they're big things down in Chile and this and that, and supply and demand, and so copper's going to run. Simple as that.
Yeah, the EV world, I'm sure, is a huge market. That's only going to get bigger, and the demand for copper is only going to get bigger as that grows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and I know you guys are, trying some interesting things at the mine, using, newer technologies to, maximize returns and maximize what you guys are doing there. Tell me a bit about the technology you guys are using, whether it's drones or other surveying techniques.
Well, there's a lot of things, and I won't get too much into it because it'll get a little bit in the gobbledygook. But there's a lot of stuff you can do with the various satellites footages and the accuracies of that and everything else. But ultimately, I think where the world is heading, and we've been there ahead of the world a little bit, is drones, as you alluded to.
Yeah.
And we flew. Well, what we did was we took all the historical data that we had on this area, and we crunched it. It probably took about a year and a half to crunch it or something like this. And we finally got it all down from paper into XYZ components, and scanned and done this, and then we started adding the stuff and building up layers of this information that's meaningful. And then the old boots on the ground process, and ultimately that's what I grew up on, and I still believe in it. I think it's the greatest thing in the world, and it's the only way to prove something.
Yeah.
But if you can make it easier, that's the way to go, and that's where the drones come in. And so we did 6 surveyed areas over the 6 first priority targets. And you would fly, the drone would have a coordinate. And it's not like 2 or 3 lines or a little area. They're flying like 3 kilometers by 5 kilometers, like a big swath, right? But every day the lines they fly, you get a dump onto your tablet, and you're looking at your tablet. Here's the kicker, that every pixel point that you point at has an XYZ coordinate, like
Mm-hmm.
UTM, so you know where in the world you are. But on top of that, the resolution is 3 to 5 centimeters.
Wow.
So I have a tablet, and I got this picture in my tablet, and I'm zooming in on it, 3 to 5 centimeters. And I'm saying, okay, as a dolphin, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go up this mountain. I'm going to go up here. And all of a sudden, I start seeing blue from the copper coming out of the rocks. And I keep following it up and everything else. And I know every XYZ coordinate,
Right.
elevation, northing, easting, whatever. And I just need one of those. And next morning, I get up and I talk to my helicopter pilot, and I say, take me there.
Wow. It's
Now,
efficient.
you think about that. You could be wandering around for weeks, months without even ever seeing this.
Wow. It's smart, it's very efficient. I forget who said it, but I don't mean you're lazy, but the saying was always hire a lazy person to do a job because they'll find the most efficient way to do it. So seems very
Yeah,
efficient.
yeah.
So what are the plans for the future of, the mine and Fabled Copper? What are
Well,
the plans moving forward?
where this is all leading to, and it's really funny because you and I did not segue this conversation at all. I'll tell people that are watching this is not led into or anything else. But it just happened that over the last couple of days, um, we have gotten the digitized information from all the underground workings of these mineralized bodies. And I, like last night, I received the memory sticks in the mail because it's a lot bigger, but I received a 50 gigabyte dump, if you can try to handle
Wow.
that. And that's going to be the surface drape at 3 to 5 kilometers over the ore bodies that we want to drill. So where we're heading is we're going to drill these big monsters and see what they got.
Wow. Amazing. I look forward to hearing more about it and seeing how the mine grows and the company grows. And that's it for now. Peter, thank you very much for coming on. We hope to have you again in the future, and have a great evening.